Good morning, beloved. I came here today with a message that will shake the very foundation of how you see yourself and how you allow others to treat you. Let me tell you something, your presence is a privilege, not a right. You see, we often underestimate the power of our absence. We linger too long in places where we are tolerated instead of celebrated. We pour our hearts out into people who only take and never give. But today I'm here to remind you that there's a cost to your value, and not everyone deserves to pay the price to keep you in their life. I said it, I'll say it again, cost them. Walk away from the ones who refuse to honor your worth, and watch how the atmosphere changes when your light is no longer in their room. Your absence is not just a void, it's a lesson. It's a reflection of the blessing they failed to appreciate. So buckle up, saints, because we're about to dive deep into how your decision to step away can become their greatest wake-up call. Recognizing your worth is the foundation of self-respect, personal growth, and meaningful relationships. Many of us spend years giving, investing, and pouring into others without ever stopping to evaluate whether those efforts are reciprocated or even appreciated. We become so accustomed to being the strong one, the giving one, or the dependable one that we forget the importance of being valued for who we truly are, not just for what we bring to the table. Recognizing your worth is not an act of arrogance, it is an act of arrogance. It is an act of self-awareness and self-love. It is about understanding the unique qualities, strengths, and energy that you carry, and acknowledging that these gifts are not for everyone to misuse or take for granted. When you recognize your worth, you begin to see the patterns in your life where you have allowed others to minimize your value. Perhaps you have stayed in relationships where you constantly had to prove your loyalty while the other person remained indifferent or took you for granted. Maybe you've been in friendships where you were always the one reaching out, offering support, or being the shoulder to cry on, yet when you needed the same in return, no one was there. These patterns are not accidental, they are reflections of how you view yourself and what you believe you deserve. If you see yourself as someone whose value is negotiable, you will attract people who negotiate it. But when you recognize your worth, you start to demand the same energy, respect, and effort that you give. It is important to understand that recognizing your worth requires a mindset shift. It is about moving away from seeking external validation and embracing internal affirmation. You don't need someone else to confirm your value. You must know itself. This shift starts with self-reflection. Ask yourself, what do I bring to the relationships in my life? What qualities make me unique and irreplaceable? What are the boundaries I need to set to protect my peace, energy, and emotional well-being? These are not easy questions, but they are necessary ones. The answers will help you identify areas where you may have been underselling yourself or allowing others to dictate your value. Recognizing your worth also means being willing to walk away from situations and people who do not honor it. This can be one of the most difficult aspects of the process, especially if you have been conditioned to believe that loyalty means enduring mistreatment or neglect. But loyalty should never come at the expense of your self-respect. When you stay in situations where your worth is not acknowledged, you send a message to yourself and others that you are willing to settle for less. Walking away is not a sign of weakness, it is a declaration of your standards. It is a statement that you value yourself too much to remain in a place where you are not cherished. This journey of recognizing your worth often requires unlearning the lies you've been told about yourself. Maybe you grew up in an environment where you were made to feel like you weren't enough. Perhaps you've had relationships where your worth was constantly questioned or diminished. These experiences can leave lasting scars, making it difficult to see yourself clearly. But just because someone else failed to recognize your value doesn't exist. Their inability to see your worth says more about them than it does about you. Your job is to reclaim the narrative and remind yourself that you are worthy of love, respect, and appreciation, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Recognizing your worth also involves taking inventory of your own actions. Are you honoring your value in how you treat yourself? Are you investing time and energy in your growth, health, and happiness? It is not enough to demand respect from others if you are not respecting yourself. This means setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and prioritizing your own needs without guilt. It means refusing to settle for relationships, opportunities, or environments that do not align with your sense of worth. The journey to recognizing your worth is not always smooth. There will be moments of doubt, fear, and second guessing. You may feel guilty for walking away from certain people or situations, especially if you have a history of being the one who always stays and fixes things. But remember, recognizing your worth is not about being selfish, it is about being self-aware. It is about understanding that your time, energy, and presence are valuable commodities that should not be given away freely to those who do not honor them. When you start to see yourself through this lens, you will begin to attract people and opportunities that align with your true value. Detachment is a powerful act that often feels counterintuitive, but is deeply necessary for personal growth and self-preservation. It requires a willingness to step back, let go, and elevate beyond situations, relationships, or habits that no longer serve your highest good. At its core, detachment is about freedom, the freedom to prioritize your well-being and aspirations over the demands, expectations, and limitations imposed by others or even by yourself. It's not about abandoning responsibilities or cutting ties recklessly. It's about creating space for transformation and growth. To detach is to recognize that holding on too tightly to what drains you, whether it's people, circumstances, or beliefs, prevents you from reaching the potential that lies on the other side of release. It is often difficult to let go because we associate detachment with loss. We fear the unknown, the emptiness that might come when we step away. But what we fail to see in those moments is that detachment is not about losing, it is about gaining clarity, peace, and alignment with your purpose. When you detach, you create the room necessary for better things to flow into your life. One of the most challenging aspects of detachment is dealing with relationships that no longer align with your values or goals. It's not easy to step away from people who have been a part of your life for a long time, especially if you have invested deeply in them. But not everyone is meant to walk every part of your journey with you. Some people are seasonal. They come into your life to teach lessons, provide companionship, or offer support for a specific phase. The challenge arises when we try to make seasonal people permanent fixtures in our lives. Holding on to relationships that have run their course can hinder your growth and create unnecessary pain. Detaching doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging to what no longer nourishes your soul. Detachment also applies to situations that keep you stuck or stagnant, whether it's a job that doesn't fulfill you, a habit that holds you back, or a mindset that limits your potential. Holding on to these things can feel like safety. But this sense of safety is often an illusion. Staying in your comfort zone might protect you from risk, but it also keeps you from the rewards that come with taking a leap of faith. Detachment requires you to trust in your ability to navigate uncertainty and to believe that what lies ahead is greater than what you're leaving behind. It's about letting go of the familiar to embrace the unknown. Elevating through detachment often brings resistance, both from within yourself and from those around you. When you start to pull away from unhealthy dynamics or situations, people may not understand your decision. They may try to guilt you, question you, or even resent you for prioritizing yourself. But their reactions are not a reflection of your worth or your choices. They are a reflection of their own insecurities and fears. Detaching means being prepared to stand firm in your decisions even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about being true to yourself, even when others don't agree or understand. The process of detachment is not without its emotional toll. You may feel grief, guilt, or loneliness as you distance yourself from what once felt familiar and comforting. These feelings are natural, but they are temporary. As you move through the discomfort of letting go, you will begin to see the benefits of detachment unfold. You will find that the space you create by releasing what no longer serves you allows new opportunities, relationships, and experiences to enter your life. Detachment is a way of making room for growth, for abundance, and for the things that truly align with who you are and where you are going. Detaching to elevate also means recognizing that not everyone will come with you on your journey to becoming your best self. Some people are not ready to grow, and that's okay. Your job is not to drag them along or to dim your light to make them comfortable. Your job is to keep moving forward, to keep rising, and to trust that those who are meant to be part of your life will either rise with you or find their way to you in due time. Detachment is not about cutting ties out of anger or spite. It is about setting boundaries that protect your energy and your peace. Ultimately, detachment is an act of self-love. It is about valuing yourself enough to let go of what weighs you down and embracing what lifts you up. It is about understanding that you cannot soar if you are carrying unnecessary baggage. When you detach, you give yourself permission to focus on your growth, your dreams, and your purpose. You allow yourself to rise above the noise, the drama, and the distractions that keep you from becoming all that you are meant to be. Your absence has a way of speaking louder than your presence ever could when it comes to relationships, interactions, or environments where your value has been taken for granted. The energy you bring into any situation is unique and irreplaceable, but too often people fail to see it clearly until it's no longer there. Absence has a way of revealing truths, of exposing what was once hidden or ignored. It becomes a mirror reflecting what your presence shielded or softened. When you step away, you allow others to feel the void of what they no longer have, and in that void, lessons are learned. When you remove yourself from spaces where your contributions, love, or efforts were undervalued, it forces others to confront what they've lost. Your presence may have been a constant, a source of support, energy, or inspiration that they assumed would always be there. But constancy can breed complacency, and people often fail to appreciate what they have when it seems guaranteed. Your absence interrupts that complacency. It shifts the dynamics, causing people to reevaluate the role you played in their lives. They begin to notice the gaps that only you could fill, the peace you brought, the energy you contributed, or the love you freely gave. Absence transforms what was once taken for granted into something unmistakably missed. There is a lesson in the discomfort that your absence brings to others. For some, it will be a wake-up call, an opportunity to reflect on their own behavior, and a chance to grow. They may come to understand the ways in which they undervalued you, ignored your needs, or failed to reciprocate the energy you gave. For others, your absence may simply reveal their inability or unwillingness to appreciate what they had. Either way, it is not your responsibility to ensure that everyone understands the weight of your value. Your absence does the teaching, and their response is their choice. Your absence not only teaches others, but also teaches you about yourself. When you step back from situations where your worth was not recognized, you begin to see the full extent of what you were offering. Often, it's not until you remove yourself from a dynamic that you realize just how much you were contributing. Perhaps you were the one always holding things together, the one providing emotional support, the one going the extra mile. Your absence becomes a reminder to yourself that your energy is precious and should be invested wisely. It is a chance to reassess and realign with what truly honors your worth. The power of absence lies in its ability to create clarity. When you are present in a situation, it can be difficult to see the full picture. You may be caught up in the emotions, the routines, or the dynamics that blur your perspective. But when you step away, everything becomes clearer. The relationships that were built on genuine connection versus convenience become evident. The places where your efforts were appreciated versus exploited become obvious. This clarity allows you to make decisions from a place of wisdom rather than obligation or guilt. Absence also has a way of resetting expectations. When you are constantly present and giving, people may begin to expect your generosity without considering the effort it takes. Your absence disrupts these expectations. It challenges the assumption that you will always be available, always giving, always accommodating. This reset is necessary to establish healthy boundaries and to remind others that your presence is a privilege, not a guarantee. It teaches people to value your time, your energy, and your contributions rather than assuming they are entitled to them. For some, your absence may be the catalyst for change. It may inspire them to address their own shortcomings, to grow, and to make amends. But even if it doesn't, the act of stepping away is still valuable. It protects your peace, honors your worth, and creates space for better things to come into your life. Not everyone will understand the lesson of your absence, and that's okay. The purpose is not to punish, but to prioritize yourself and to ensure that you are only investing your energy where it is respected and appreciated. Your absence also creates opportunities for you to grow and evolve. It allows you to step back and focus on yourself, to heal, to recharge, and to pursue your own goals and dreams. It gives you the freedom to explore new possibilities without being weighed down by dynamics that no longer serve you. Absence is not just about what others learn in your absence, it's about what you gain in the process. It's about reclaiming your energy and redirecting it toward things that align with your purpose and bring you joy. It's about recognizing that sometimes stepping away is the most powerful move you can make. Protecting your energy is one of the most essential acts of self-care and self-preservation. In a world filled with constant demands, distractions, and emotional pulls, your energy is a finite resource that requires intentional safeguarding. Every interaction, commitment, and choice you make either replenishes or depletes this vital resource. To protect your energy means to take responsibility for your well-being, to set boundaries that prioritize your peace, and to make decisions that align with your values and goals. It is about understanding that your energy is sacred and should not be wasted on people, situations, or behaviors that drain you without reciprocating value. Your energy is the driving force behind everything you do. It fuels your passion, supports your relationships, and sustains your daily efforts. Yet many people give their energy away too freely, often to those who do not appreciate it or to activities that offer little in return. Protecting your energy begins with recognizing its value. Just as you would safeguard something precious and irreplaceable, you must learn to treat your energy with the same level of care. This means being mindful of where you direct your focus and attention and being selective about the people and situations you allow into your life. One of the most effective ways to protect your energy is by setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are not walls meant to keep people out. They are guidelines that help you maintain balance and ensure that your needs are met. Setting boundaries requires you to be honest with yourself about what you can and cannot tolerate. It involves communicating your limits with clarity and confidence, even when it feels uncomfortable. When you establish boundaries, you send a message to others about how you expect to be treated. You also reinforce to yourself that your energy and well-being are priorities. Another key aspect of protecting your energy is learning to say no without guilt. Many people struggle with this because they fear disappointing others or being perceived as selfish. However, saying no is an act of self-respect. It allows you to focus on what truly matters and prevents you from overcommitting or spreading yourself too thin. When you say yes to everything and everyone, you risk depleting your energy and neglecting your own needs. Protecting your energy means giving yourself permission to say no when necessary and understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Protecting your energy also involves being intentional about the people you surround yourself with. Not everyone deserves access to your time, attention, and emotional reserves. Some people uplift and inspire you while others drain and exhaust you. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you leave feeling energized and supported, or do you feel depleted and unappreciated? Surrounding yourself with people who respect your energy and contribute positively to your life is essential for maintaining your peace and well-being. It is okay to distance yourself from those who consistently drain your energy or bring negativity into your life. Another important factor in protecting your energy is being mindful of how you spend your time. Time and energy are closely connected. How you choose to use one affects the other. Engage in activities that nourish your soul, bring you joy, and align with your goals. Avoid wasting your energy on things that do not add value or contribute to your growth. This requires self-awareness and the ability to prioritize what truly matters. Protecting your energy means being deliberate about how you allocate your time and ensuring that your actions align with your intentions. Self-care plays a crucial role in protecting your energy. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Make time for activities that help you recharge and replenish your energy, whether it's exercise, meditation, creative pursuits, or simply resting. Listen to your body and honor its needs. When you neglect self-care, you leave yourself vulnerable to burnout and exhaustion. Protecting your energy means making self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine and recognizing that rest is productive. Protecting your energy also requires you to let go of what no longer serves you. This could be relationships, habits, or commitments that weigh you down or cause unnecessary stress. Holding on to these things out of fear, obligation, or habit only drains your energy and prevents you from moving forward. Letting go is not always easy, but it is essential for creating space for new opportunities and experiences that align with your values and aspirations. Protecting your energy means trusting yourself enough to release what is no longer in alignment with your highest good. Lastly, protecting your energy involves cultivating a mindset of positivity and gratitude. Your thoughts and beliefs have a significant impact on your energy levels. Negative thinking, self-doubt, and worry can drain your energy just as much as external factors. Practice focusing on the good in your life and shifting your perspective when challenges arise. Surround yourself with positivity, whether through affirmations, uplifting content, or supportive relationships. Protecting your energy means nurturing a mindset that empowers you and keeps you aligned with your purpose and goals.